Hello guys, it's me LegoMaster627 and welcome back to Legos Island. It is Saturday, November 25th of 2023. And as you guys can see, the Best Party Awards for 2023 are hold on, this is actually the first time this event's actually being held outside of Zola's Lab 2 and 3. There we go. That is a better way to pronounce that. Yeah, no, seriously, this is the first time ever that this is being held outside of the labs. I've been wanting to do this since the beginning of the year. And I chose November out of all times because I finally wanted this month to not be mission-based for once. Thank God! Can we please accomplish that again next November too? Hopefully. I say hopefully because you can never predict that kind of stuff in a year. Regardless, we are in for something beautiful today. Like, really freaking beautiful. First off, it should be pretty clear that it is nighttime. And yes, we do have night vision, as you can clearly see by the icon up there. But the real main objective is obviously the voting itself. But before we jump into all the voting, we need to go ahead and explore the island, as there is a ton of stuff going on during this party. The island is all decked out. Okay, maybe not like everywhere on the island, but just to be completely honest with all of you, I try getting as much of the island as possible. Obviously, not the entire island needs to be decorated for something like this. It is only a good handful of rooms. Just to also clarify, there are no inside rooms decorated during this party. Outside of my cave. Yep, that's the only one that's decorated. Regardless, I thought I'd just get that out of the way very, very quickly before jumping into this video. First off, let's kick things off with the port. I mean, we're already here anyway. It makes way too much sense. First things first, the current party sign. The Best Party Awards from November 25th through December 5th. So this is a 10-day event, and again, will end on December 5th. Oh yeah, I should probably tell you how long this party took. It took around 8 hours. Now why? Well, I actually took a little bit of a break in real life so I could do more decorating in my house, and more importantly, decorate the tree, which took like an hour. But the point is, yeah... Yeah, it took like 8 hours to make this entire party. I actually am serious. And you know what I mean when we get up into the cave? Because good lord, I had to do a lot in there. But before we can jump into that, we need to check out the rest of the port, which, as you can see, is, yes, decorated. So, yeah, the port looks freaking amazing. You'll notice that there's palm trees all over the place. And the only reason there is just so we can light up the island during this night time view. P.S. This is actually done on the lowest lighting, which, just to clarify, you'll see over there, that's definitely on the lowest lighting. And, so it can be said for down there too. And yes, you'll notice that the lamp thing, the light on the, thing down there, I'm referring to this specifically. Yeah. You'll notice the lights down there because why not? You know, I should really turn that on for more night events now that I think about it. Anyway, the point is, the port looks amazing, as you can clearly see. And yeah, with all that said, let's make our way up to the cave. And yes, I will explain what this is later. Making our way up to the balcony, you'll notice that there are a good amount of decorations, even leading up to the balcony itself. And yes, I'll get into the cave in a minute. But this is also the perfect time to see which free dogs we get for the day. We get Pie, River, and Lapis. So Pie we actually got last time, so we're going to have to take him out and replace him with somebody else. As for the other two, yeah, they're all good. And here's proof that this is actually on the lowest lighting. Alright, now we have all free dogs. I chose Lucky in favor of Pie, since of course we got Pie last time. So yeah, so we got River, Lapis, and Lucky. Pretty awesome. Anyway, with all that being said, yes, the cave over there says the award show, and we will get into that in just a minute. Before we do that, we need to go ahead and check out the balcony, which we're already here. So, as you'll notice, the balcony looks freaking cool as heck. Like, look at this. Oh, and yes, we'll get into there in a minute. Again, I do promise, it is freaking awesome. I had to do a lot of work in there to be able to get that to even work. And you'll know what I mean when we do get in there, because, oh boy, it was a lot of work to get that done. Oh, great. Who already got damaged that quickly? Okay, it's lucky, okay. Anyway. Yep, the balcony looks super pretty for an event like this. Like, seriously, I love it. Anyway, now, let's go into my cave, which is obviously the awards show. Ta-da! Welcome to the awards show. So, we're going to be coming back on December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for the awards show. This is mainly because there will be 3 ceremonies total. 1 for 3rd place, 1 for 2nd, and 1 for 1st. All taking place. December 2nd, we will come back for the 3rd place award. December 3rd, we'll come back for the 2nd place award. And lastly, on December 4th, the last day of the events, the 1st place award to see who won it all. And yes, all of those will be their own episodes, which is very, very cool. So, what do you guys think? Yup, I had to literally take everything out of this room to be able to even get it to look this good. I'm not kidding. Actually, let me replace that with a light. Actually, that doesn't really do anything different, if I'm being quite honest. Let's put the dragon egg back. That really doesn't do anything different. Alright. Let's move on. Anyway. Actually, hold on. Actually, wait. I could have just done that. Yeah, actually, yeah, let me get rid of that. So, yeah, that's the awards show. We'll come back on all of these days to see what happens. Now, who's ready to be absolutely blown away? Ta-da! We're back! That's right! That's why I didn't go into 3rd person at the beginning, and you probably noticed my hand there for a second. We finally got it back, baby! That's right, finally! It recognized my skin after 10 months! Wow! That is amazing. So, here's the thing. How did I notice this? Well, one reason. I wanted to make sure that I still had the Thanksgiving hat here before removing it from the Thanksgiving event. I looked, and I saw that I finally got my skin back. It's about freaking time that happened. Now, can we pray that we can actually keep it after this point? Because the last time we got it back, we only got it back for like 5 days. And then it just reset back to as if I ever got it back in the first place. So, I am praying that it actually stays this time. But yeah, that can explain why I didn't go into 3rd person at the beginning of the whole video. I wanted to purposely save it till we were in here. For this reason alone, to present it on the stage. Which, fun fact, you may notice the stage isn't actually blocking the event room. And that can explain what this entrance is. Going down here, we will find our entrance to the event room, which is the only way you can get here during this party. I was about to actually tell you that anyway, regardless of being in that room, and regardless of showing you this, but the point is, good lord, it feels good and also really weird to have it back at the same time. Now, I really hope it can actually stay this time, unlike the last time we tried. It feels good to see it again, but also very weird after not seeing it for 10 months. I just really hope we can keep it this time. I'm talking about the skin. I really hope it can actually stay this time. That would be freaking awesome. But yeah, it just came out of nowhere again. And I didn't even need to do anything. I just logged into the game like normal and it just appeared, which is freaking awesome. So now that we got that madness out of the way, again, now I can go back into third person for the rest of the video. We should hopefully not have to do this again. Now that we got that out of the way, let's officially continue this tour. Yep, now I can go into third person for the rest of this video without having to worry about not surprising you. But yeah, that came out of nowhere. I know. That was probably the most surprising thing this entire video, if I'm being quite honest with all of you. So, for the rest of this tour, it's about time I finally explain what this is. This is a minecart. Obviously, we know what this is, but what is its true intention? Well, I just wanted to tell you that it actually goes throughout the event, mainly throughout where all the voting booths are. To be specific, let me just give you a clear example of what's going on here. So, say for example, we push the minecart here, and watch when we go to the lodge. You'll notice that the minecart stops, and that's because there are no redstone torches below these rails. The reason is just so we can keep the minecart there so that it stops at these said these voting booths, which is amazing. We'll get to this voting later, but I thought I'd just show you what these minecarts mean. We'll now also progress to the blacksmith shop, where another stop awaits us, where another voting booth also awaits us at the same time. The blacksmith shop is also decorated for this party, but if I'm being quite honest, we need to make our way back to the lodge. Well, we're gonna actually have to push it. Regardless, let's go back down to the lodge because it will stop us there again, so just wait. There you go, it stops us at the lodge. I purposely programmed it just to purposely make it stop at each area, which is great, and it also stops right in front of each item voting booth, or just the voting booth. I need to stop saying item booth. I am so used to saying that with Legos Out in Summer. Alright, no, seriously though, here is the lodge, and again, as I previously addressed, there are no inside rooms updated outside of their lighting. Seriously though, this looks cool though, and the Best Party Awards, as you can tell, looks pretty insane, because the lodge, as we can see, yeah, there's palm trees like everywhere here, and that even goes for the blacksmith shop too, which is freaking nuts! The point remains. Let's actually continue. So, as we can see, there are beacons around here. And by the way, they're also over there too, if it wasn't already obvious when we were over there. But yeah, we'll get back to this voting stuff later. Now, of course, we will progress on to the blacksmith shop. Again, as we need to make our way over. Now that we got that over with, here is the blacksmith shop. And obviously it's only decorated on the outside, as we can see right here. It looks very cool. No, like seriously, it really does. I'm going to be quite honest here with all of you. And yeah. So, mainly the only decorations here are just palm trees. Actually, that's actually a majority of decorations in this room. Or actually... sorry, correction. That goes actually for all the rooms. Oh yeah, there's also beacons up there. Not only right there, but also the village, as we can clearly see in the background. And that actually wraps up the blacksmith shop. There's really not much to say going into all of this. Oh yeah, because of the voting booth, we did have to update this, so obviously we can get around it, but that's not the first time we've had to do that. No, there are plenty of other times where we've had to do that. But, regardless, let's start making our way back to the, port by any chance. That would be nice. Like, actually start making our way back to the port. Oh, come on! Can we catch this thing? Okay, that's the beauty I love of it just stopping there. I can literally just keep it there. Except I need to still chase it down. Thank God we caught it. And perfect, oh, so it actually came here, okay. Interesting. Interesting. We'll just keep it here for the time being. Alright, so the next room we need to go to is the two small mountains, which before I ride the minecart, here are the said rooms. as you can see, we have a huge lit up theme up here, which is pretty cool. I really love how this is designed, even though I was the one who did it. But you get the idea, though. This is a very cool design that I made. For this party specifically, it was very, very fun to do. Actually, again, like I just said, that is a majority of these rooms, is just, you know, these palm tree designs. Because you can clearly see it over there, too. Yeah, it just looks so cool, and I truly do appreciate it, of how it looks. So, now that we got that over with, let's actually open this chest and actually use a minecart out of this for once, even though we already have a minecart. Dang it. We already have one, so that was pointless. But yeah, as you can see, it is clearly nighttime around here. It looks beautiful. Seriously, the night sky always looks beautiful, and especially if you have it on the lowest brightness. It looks pretty. Way too pretty. So, here is the Pet Cemetery Mountain. As, like I just said, none of the inside rooms are updated, except for the fact that I guess I didn't remove these. I guess I haven't been in here in a while. Actually, this is ironically the last event before we put the dogs back in here for the winter. So, hey, it's finally going to be used in there, finally. That's great. It's going to be the first time in 9 months that that place is actually used for its legitimate purpose. Which is really nice. So, again, more voting booths up here, as we can see. Yes, we do have a red carpet right here, which is awesome. And yeah, mainly all there is just the palm trees up here. Yep, that is literally the only decorations up here outside of the voting booth and the red carpet. Which, it really does look pretty. I truly do admit, this looks very, very pretty for an awards party. Yeah, especially for an awards party of all events. I did not need to make it this pretty, but I did anyway because it's just that good. And of course, we're going down to the village. Oh, we were that close, except I was able to get it back. Nice. Alright. Now, finally, but not least, the village itself, which as you can see, is updated for this party. Obviously, only the outside is updated. Yep, obviously, like I said, only the outside. But yeah, at least the Thanksgiving event's removed. So all those items are rare now. For at least the Thanksgiving mini event for 2023. Yep, all the items are rare now. That should be no surprise. By the way, we do have a new beacon up here now, like right here. We couldn't do this previously because there used to be a huge sign here for Big Brother Season 8. But, we're not doing that at the moment, even though Rose Crystal's home right now. I don't think we're going to have any time until she comes back on winter break. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any time, to be honest, because, like, the break was, like, pretty short, so, and I'm meaning, like, the one where she was here on Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's a pretty short break. It makes more sense if we continue during winter break, you know, when we're all here for like a month, which is great. Also, I think it just makes more sense if we all finish our semesters for the year, which is gonna be nice. Which, by the time this party's over, I would have already finished the semester for the year. For school as well, which is great, actually. Yep, literally by the time this party's over, I would have already been, like, over with that for, like, 5 days at that point. Which is great. Anyway, this is the village, like I just said, and you can clearly see that it's mainly more just palm trees and beacons, with a huge red carpet covering the majority of the path, and one final voting booth down there as well. Which is very, very cool. I did not realize we were doing this for 19 minutes already. I'm not even kidding when I say that. I literally did not realize we were doing this for 19 minutes already. Like, what the frick? Where did all the time go in the last 19 minutes? I don't understand. That went by way too quickly. Speaking of which, it's finally time to get back to, of course, the voting booth, so I'll meet you at the port. Alright, we are back at the port. I could have just gone under there, but what? Oh, wow. So, it's time to finally talk about this after 20 minutes. I do apologize it took that long. Alright, let's talk. So, the idea is vote for the best event, as it literally says right here. So, we have 6 options. LEGO's Island Christmas 2017, LEGO's Island Summer 2018, Operation LEGO's Island, of course, we want to always remember the most iconic event of 2019, the LEGO's Island 3rd Anniversary Party, LEGO's Island Summer 2021, and lastly, Operation Blackout, which, fun fact, ended on this day a year ago. Dang. You know what I find funny? That event ended a year ago. That was the main November event. And now, exactly a year later, this year's November event begins. It's literally the complete opposite. Funny, right? And that's exactly what I said on the November 16th episode. But it was about downtime being the same as that event. This is different, or not. Regardless, though, let's read the following. Oh, and apparently I forgot to put a button back over here. There's supposed to be a button, like this one, I think. Yeah, that's the one I put. Anyway, the idea is, you get to press one of these buttons for whichever one of these 6 you want to vote for. And whichever one gets the most votes, well, whichever 3 out of the 6 get the most votes, by the end of this thing, oh yeah, the other wins. 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. You've got to obviously make sure which one you want obviously wins the whole thing, obviously. Obviously, one of these will come in 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Of course, the event you obviously want to win, of course, whatever you choose here, obviously you want to win the whole thing, of course. But we'll see which one of these 6 come out on top. Obviously, only half of these will be in the top 3. So, we have the first event filmed on YouTube and start of yearly advent calendar. That is for LEGO's Island Christmas 2017. For LEGO's Island Summer 2018, the first of yearly summer event and became longest yearly LEGO's Island event. For Operation LEGO's Island, LEGO went back in time to fix LI's timeline due to Evil Cluck ruining it. LEGO's Island 3rd Anniversary Party brought back rooms and items to celebrate the first 3 years. LEGO's Island Summer 2021. LEGO went around the world across the island and was his favorite LEGO's Island Summer. And lastly, Operation Blackout. Evil Street Leader, Evil Cluck, and Master Evil Wonkers blocked the sun, causing the island to freeze. Honestly, out of all 6 of these honestly are probably one of the best events of these said years. Obviously for 2017, since there was only 3, and only one of them ended up being filmed on video, I kinda had no choice but to choose LEGO's Island Christmas, as it was also the most decked out event of the whole year out of all 3, if I'm being completely honest here. As for why I chose 2018 here for LEGO's Island Summer as one of the nominees, is mainly because it was probably one of the most iconic events of that year, because it did start a yearly tradition that would continue every single year past that point, which is of course the LEGO's Island Summer series that would occur from June to August. Well, June to September, respectively. Operation LEGO's Island, of course, we can never, ever forget the most iconic event of 2019, which most of that year led up to this point. So, of course it has to be here. Like, the majority of 2019 led up to this very event alone, so it needs to be here. As for why LEGO's Island 3rd Anniversary Party is here, is because honestly, out of all of the 2020 events, I had a very hard time deciding which one of those events should be a nominee. And then I realized the LEGO's Island 3rd Anniversary Party I put honestly the most time into, and honestly is the one I'm the most proud of. LEGO's Island Summer 2021, it iconically became my most favorite LEGO's Island Summer of all time, and honestly is the most proud LI Summer I have ever put together. Operation Blackout, the one that ended on this day a year ago. It was just so cool to make a custom version, or just my own version, of the iconic Operation Blackout from Cool Penguin, of course. Obviously with my own custom spin, to make it as original from that as possible, to make it as different as possible. And I think a lot of you guys loved it because it truly shows that I have a lot of creativity when it comes to stuff like this. Those can explain why all 6 of these are here respectively, because I feel those are probably the coolest events from those said years. If you disagree, please comment down below and tell me what you think were the better events. I'd love to hear what you guys would think in the comments. Now, just to clarify, what we would normally get if we were to vote for one of these, which, just to be honestly completely honest with all of you, let me just make something absolutely 100% clear. I do not care which one of these 6 win. I'm not even kidding. I literally do not care which one of these 6 win. Of course, 3 out of the 6, again, will come on top. First, second, and third. But it's all up to you. And I guess also myself, too, since I'm technically a part of this, too. Which ones end up winning this whole thing? So, well, I guess I'll make mine, since I'm, like, the only one here. Unless I can grab Rose Crystal for some reason. Dang, that actually worked! We actually got her here. That's surprising. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Hold on, just talk slightly louder, okay? Alright, in seriousness. You know what? That's actually a good thing. We just celebrated 300 episodes just a few days ago. How do you feel about that? Do you genuinely feel good about that? I'm gonna say yes. But the point is... No, literally, we literally just celebrated 300 for ZL2. Anyway, I just brought you here purposely for one reason. You see this nonsense? Well, yeah, they already know that. Secondly, look around you. This looks like an awards party, doesn't it? Alright, in actual seriousness, I don't know, maybe you could be one of the 2 that actually can vote in this alongside the viewers. That's actually the one reason I brought you here in the first place. Also, so we could at least give you one more appearance before you're off again. Alright, in seriousness. Yeah, if I had to be quite honest, I'm just gonna put my vote in here right now. I'm just gonna go with Operation Legos Island. It's the most iconic event in Legos Island history, so guess we're done there. By voting, you get the awards hat, and you can only get this by voting itself. Which means since I already voted, yep, we already get the awards hat. Which is really freaking cool. And yes, I hope you got some time to read these descriptions, hopefully. I'm referring to you, but the point is, just vote for something, you can get this hat. Because that's actually how it works. Alright, Rose, just so out of all of these, what will you vote for? Because you're the only other one left here that, you know, isn't myself. Oh, Operation Legos Island. That's cool. Yep, you just press the button just to vote for that. And, just to clarify, let me just give you a copy of this. You see that? Yep, you get that hat by voting. And that wraps up this entire episode of Legos Island. So, that was something. These past, technically 29 minutes have been sure something, haven't they? I know. First, this. The skin being finally back after 10 months. That was great. And secondly, having Rose Crystal appear here. I know. Another unexpected surprise that you were probably not seeing or coming at all. Point is, it's just great. It's just genuinely great to just have something like this cool and having a whole awards party based off of just the best events of Legos Island. I've been wanting to do this outside of the labs for quite a long time now, and it's finally here after all this time. I may as well start doing it across the other places too. Like, actually, I don't think the Creations World would really work for that. Unless we did something about creations or something. You know, that might be a possibility. We could even do it for the backyard too, maybe, at some point in the future. I don't know. I just wanted to finally do it outside of Zolzop 2 and free, if you get my idea. Ain't I right? Yeah, it's great to just finally do this event outside of Zolzop 2 and free. It just feels so good to just do it out somewhere else, because it gives this event more time to actually, be original, if that's the right way to put it. Regardless, I will see you all in the next episode on November 26th for the HQ 4th anniversary.